Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to see what is the situation that you're dealing with, what are the blocks to your situation, and what are the practical solutions out of it. And for that, we have three piles today. This is pile number one, this is pile number two, and this is pile number three. So, I want you to meditate on the piles and decide which one resonates with you the most. And yeah, then let's get into your reading. Welcome to your reading, pile one. I've already shuffled the cards previously, and so we're going to just get into your reading. I'll just tell you how I've divided the reading. First, we're going to see what the situation is, and that is where it will act as a confirmation if this reading is for you. Then we'll see what are the blocks to the situation, and then we'll find the solution, practical solutions to your situation. I would urge you that if you feel that while we're discussing your situation it doesn't resonate with you, then you could check out one of the other two piles, or maybe this reading is not for you then. So let's begin. We're going to see what your situation is. We have the Two of Cups. We have the Three of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and we have these two cards, which is the Lavender and the Vision. Okay, so the big energy I get out of this pile is that you're scared and you're anxious. And I think it's likely because some of you have come out of a long relationship or just a long cycle that you've been in, maybe with multiple people, and now you've realized that this is a pattern that you have and that you have been repeating, and you've been wanting to get out of it, and you want to be bigger, better. You have a vision for yourself, like not a superficial one that looks good outside, but something that nourishes your soul, something that feels good to you internally and really aligns with who you are. And you're finding it hard to take steps towards it. You take one step forward and then probably two steps back because you're just doubting yourself so much, because the cycle that you have come out was so heavy or was so disorienting for you that you've lost some of the self-love and confidence that you had, and you're scared if this would take you away from your happy life, happy family, like this vision that you have, because not everyone might like it, or this might be very different from what you think your identity is in front of the world. Maybe let's take an example, like maybe everybody thinks that you're a party person, you love to party, and all of a sudden you now that party aura or that party sort of personality is not aligning with you, and you want to grow out of it, you want to build meaningful friendships, and there are some friends or people around you that you think are not really your people, or you don't really align with them anymore. It's so weird because maybe you grew up with them, maybe they know you inside out, and you're confused if this is a phase, if this will not be the case maybe in a few months, and you're that is also a reason why you're scared to take that leap of faith into this vision that you have. You have a lot of like fire within you. You have a very bright vision. Somehow that word vision just keeps coming to me, although it's of course also written here. And yeah, I think this idea or this vision that you have is something that you feel will bring you closer to yourself, like, you know, the good self, the bad self. Like, when you take this leap of faith, if you do, it will make you, or it will help you fully like accept yourself and not run away from, you know, the shadow aspects that you have, or not feel like that you can't get better and, you know, this is all you are. Because like, if you see this card, and that is what I'm getting from this Two of Cups, this, you know, this dark and light side together, when it comes, it leads to a lot of colors and magic. And yeah, I mean, you're scared of embracing your dark side, you're scared of accepting your good side even, you know. It's so weird and so human at the same time. Like, all the good things about you, you don't want to take credit for. All the bad things about you, you want to put it under the rug. And basically you want to hide from yourself and not show yourself in front of the world. But that's not the real you, that's not who you are. And you know, you have a lot of like, my eyes are again and again going towards this fire. You have this spark within you that's just waiting, and you realize it, but I think you've just gotten into that rut and you're unable to get out of it. And I feel this is something creative, this is something, like we already discussed, will nourish your soul, will just make you feel so refreshed, I feel. So if this resonated with you, then this is your pile, and let's get into what are your blocks now. Okay, what are your blocks? Pioneer. Passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Shadow attribute. Compulsive need to keep moving on. Discovery. Wow. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. I'll just tell you why it's amazing. So, yeah, I think here is would be right, and here we can get this one. Yeah. So, like we discussed, you want to do something that is out of the ordinary for you. It's also quite, like we said, like amalgamation of good and bad, amalgamation of maybe different cultures. Maybe this is something spiritual that you're, you know, trying to think of and start, and like, you know, just looking at this light, you know, maybe this journey that you've been on that's been so hard for you, this cycle that you've come out of, maybe some of you want to help people get out of it, find the love that is there within. And with Sagittarius and number 9 being here, it makes me feel that it would be something related to higher knowledge, education, travel, philosophy, spirituality, something that you know is not common for people around you. And that is why also it's a little hard for you uh, to accept this, to pursue this, because it would mean that you have to take space. It would mean that you would shine in front of people, right? When somebody does something different, everybody has their gaze or everybody has their attention, and you're scared of that, and that is your block. Like, being a pioneer is your block. It just makes so much sense. Oh my god. Yeah. So, and I think you're pretty much aware of it, and if you're not now, so here are your blocks. So I'm just going to keep it here, and I'm going to see the practical solutions out of it. Actually, I'm just going to remove these blocks because we've already discussed it, and it's just better for placement for me to put it here. And then we have self-acceptance and the back. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's just put it here, put this here. Right. What are the practical solutions? Build in silence. Whatever you want to build, or whatever you want to create, or whatever you want to be, just keep building it in silence. Keep building it out of the public eye. Do not discuss it with a lot of people. Because what I'm feeling is that a lot of times you just think about it, you discuss it with a few people, and then you forget about it. So build this in silence, build this on your own, be protective of your energy. And I know it's easier said than done, but do not think of the outcome. Like, if your intention is right, if it is to help people find the love within, or if this is your higher calling, you will find success in it. But that is not why you should do this. The reason why you should do this is because this will make you feel so fulfilled and like yourself. Like, that feeling that sometimes you get that you're not living your real life, or you're not pursuing your true purpose. I think pursuing this, building this, will just give you so much enthusiasm and zeal to do more. And let's read this out. Nothing is more exhausting than working on yourself endlessly. When you offer your whole being to love, self-acceptance arises spontaneously. May I rest in our oneness, dear divine. Wow. This is literally the interpretation that I was giving you of the Two of Cups. That just accept yourself. And I know this practical advice is seeming a little philosophical, but you are my philosophical pile. You are into all of the spiritual and philosophical things in life, and I know that is why you understand that you need to accept yourself and you need to not worry about the outcome, because that is what makes you not take action, because you constantly think that uh, you know, whatever you do has to be the best, has to be perfect. It won't be. It literally won't be. But the only practical advice that I can give you here to fight your anxiety, to fight your anxiousness, to take that first step, is to build in silence, is to plan and build in silence. You recognize your patterns, you know what you need to finally put yourself out there. You've been through this cycle also of struggling to take space, and because of that, you understand that if you prepare well, it will just make you feel a little bit more confident than you generally are, and it would really create an impact and will really help you fulfill this thing that you want to do, this thing. And maybe, like for some of you, I think maybe you're not even sure what this thing is, right? But there is something you want to do. So just keep this loneliness, this lonely energy that you're feeling, I would just say feel it. Do not run away from it. Do not engage in substances that make you feel good for a small amount of time and help you run away from your issues. Just be in that lonely solitude energy, and that is how you'll also be able to understand or find that true purpose or what you really want to do. And I while I'm saying this, I do realize everything I'm saying is easier said than done, but it's just some things that we have to do in life to become our best version. And your future self deserves this. Your future self deserves you going through this pain right now, so that you understand how valuable you are and how precious you are, and how precious is your time, how precious is your presence in anybody's life. This alone time will make you realize that. And while you're in this alone time, if you're also able to understand this thing that you're planning on building, that would just be a cherry on top. That's all, pile 1. I hope this resonated. Please like and comment if you like this video. Thank you. If you chose pile number 2, then this is your reading. So I'm just going to tell you a breakdown of this reading. So first we're going to look at your situation. Then we're going to look at the block to your situation. And then we're going to look at practical solutions for you. The first part of the reading, where we look into your situation, is for you to double confirm if this is your reading. If it resonates, then go ahead, and if it doesn't, maybe one of the other 2 piles could be for you. So let's get started. I'm just going to adjust the camera a bit. I think for most of you, this is a career or work related reading. You're doing quite well wherever you are. You're on top of your game. You're in control. You're taking the right kind of actions, and you're wanting to initiate something more in your life. Like, career is feeling settled, and you're feeling not settled, I would say. There's just a lot of enthusiasm or validation that you're getting out of your work. But I think love is where you're struggling. And it's taken a lot for you to be this person, to be this top of your game sort of energy, this in control and confident, and taking that space, being yourself, taking risks. It's taken a lot from you, and you're feeling a lack in your love life or with friends, like that you do not maybe have a lot of strength, and it's got you thinking, and it's scary for you because you think that because you're on the top of your game right now, you don't want any distractions, and you keep telling yourself that I don't want any distractions, so I don't want to explore having new friends or explore a connection or explore love. And I feel that there are opportunities for you, and you keep telling yourself or somehow finding some fault, somehow you know thinking that everything needs to be perfect, because like I said, you've experienced a hard time in life and you've come out of it and you're shining bright, and it's not easy to venture into a new area, or find love, be vulnerable with another person, because uh, of course you're scared. What if they get to know the real you and they don't stay, and that abandonment feel like it's very very internal. Like it's not something that you outwardly realize. It is something you will realize if you sit with yourself in silence, if you give yourself that time of the day, if you journal a bit maybe. This is something you will realize then, that there is a fear of abandonment that is keeping you from exploring this new love, or new friendships, or new opportunities even in your career, if that is the case for you. And you're trying to get out of it, and probably that's why you're here. That's why you clicked to this reading. And yeah, that's what I see for your current situation. Let's get into, if this resonates, let's get into your blocks now. Advocate and originality. It's not focusing. Amazing. Yeah. Inspires you to put compassion into action, embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. So this is your block right now. Originality. Yeah, I think the block is that you have to accept yourself, you have to give yourself some compassion, you have to stop being hard on yourself. You're being extremely hard on yourself. You're telling yourself that if I venture into these new experiences, if I venture into a new job, if I venture into a new friendship, if I give chance to that person who I do have a small crush on, then I will get off my game and I might get hurt. And just that abandonment, that deep, deep feeling of abandonment is making you feel stuck, making you feel that there is no way out. You are not being compassionate with yourself, you're being very hard on yourself. And in quieter moments, you also realize this, that you've closed off yourself. And I'm not blaming you or anything, I'm just saying what the situation is, right? And yeah, that's basically your block to this, you closing off yourself to the situation, or you closing yourself off to anything new to enter your life. And I feel for some of you, it's all of the above, like friendship, love, career, like all of it. Because you feel settled. Sorry, settled is the wrong word. You don't feel settled, but you feel some sort of thrill in your life right now in one area, probably your career. And yeah, you don't want to venture into something new because of that fear of abandonment. Okay, now let's look into practical solutions for this, right? We have the Empress, we have the Three of Wands, we have the Four of Swords, we have empowerment and metamorphosis. Okay. I feel for some of you, you are not loving your feminine side enough. Be it that you are a male or a female, you're just not loving your feminine side enough. You're abandoning it somehow. And when you abandon your feminine side, when you abandon the side that actually makes you feel nurtured and cared for, then you automatically, magnify your feeling of abandonment outwardly. I don't know if what I said made sense, but basically, if you don't love yourself, and I know loving yourself, saying that is easier than done, but if you don't love yourself, or if you don't believe that you are always going to be there for you, you were there for you on day 1, on day 0, on day 20, on day 565. You were through with yourself, through good, bad, ugly, great, and you hated yourself sometimes, you loved yourself sometimes, you were irritated of yourself sometimes, you were cringing at yourself sometimes, but you were there. And I know this is a little woo-woo and not practical, but I think tarot just somehow kind of does that. So yeah, so you were there for yourself, and you can continue being there for yourself, and you didn't abandon yourself. You were harsh on yourself, yes. You were not always your best friend. You were sometimes your worst critic. But you're learning to do better, right? You're also doing this life for the first time. You can't be perfect. And you're also learning to get out of it, become a better friend to yourself. So, like, love yourself. And the practical advice here would be, and I feel some of you maybe have a weak Venus placement or afflicted Venus placement, and that is affecting you, or just, generally life has made your personal energy a little bogged down right now, and you need to honor your Venus. So, like, making sure that you take care of yourself, making sure that your surroundings are clean, making sure that you are clean, making sure that you dress up well, making sure that you smell nice, doing those little things which, on when you don't love yourself, feel like a lot, or feel like a burden, and you don't want to do it. But I think those would be your first steps to embrace yourself, to do these small things for yourself every day. And they don't need to be big, they don't need to be a big skincare routine, they don't need to be like a lavish thing. It can be very, very simple things, like maybe waking up on time, or sleeping on time, or not scrolling too much, or wearing good clothes, wearing good accessories, wearing good perfumes, whatever makes you feel good about yourself and more confident about yourself. Do that. Okay, now we're going to read this card. Empowerment. When you ask the divine to take over, you get pulled into your own authentic power. It's a force of inner love that wants your wholeness and magnificence. Unfold my true and radiant self, dear Lord. Yes, my love. What you need to do is, love your divine feminine, love your feminine side. Like, love that side that gets emotional. Do not, try to be strong, and maybe, you can do it in front of the world, but in your own company, in the comfort of your own home, honor that emotional side, and only accept people in your life who are able to honor that as well, your emotional and your feminine side, because those are your true people, because those are your tribe, and the kind of people that will really nourish you and make you feel whole. So yeah, I think that's your practical solution. Thank you, Pile 2. If you like this reading, do like and drop a comment. And yeah, thank you for being here. Hi, if you chose pile number 3, then this is your reading. The reading is divided into 3 parts. First, we look at your situation. Second, we look at the blocks to your situation. And third, we look at practical solutions to your situation. The first part of the reading will help you confirm if this is really your reading. But if it doesn't resonate for you, maybe some other pile might be for you. So let's get into it. Okay. The energies here are a little similar to pile 2, but what I feel is different is the level of self love that you're at. I feel that you've attained a level of self love. You've been working on yourself, you've been giving yourself the time, attention, everything that you need. Uh, you've been meditating, you've been involved in some spiritual uh, or, or religious things that are making you feel better and more aligned with yourself. Uh, and yeah, but I think what's happening here is there are two phases that you end up being in because of this renewed self love that you're feeling. Because maybe it's not very normal for you, or I think that's how generally human beings are. I don't know. But yeah, so maybe it's not feeling very normal for you, this new self love that you have. So some days you try to overprotect your peace, and some days you try to venture out and do too much and be too out there, and you're struggling a bit to find a balance as to where you should protect your energy and where you should take action. Or I mean, maybe you're just judging yourself too much, because when you just take too much action, uh, you start judging yourself. Or when you're too quiet or too much protecting your peace, then again you start judging yourself. And you want balance, and you're not finding that, and that is why you're struggling a bit. Like थोड़ा आपको सही नहीं लग रहा है, मतलब yeah, it's making you feel a little uneasy, but I would say it's fine. You're thinking too much. It's fine. You will find your balance. If balance is what you want, you set that intention and you'll find it. Don't beat yourself up too much for this. I've already started giving advice to your situation. But yeah, so if this resonates, then this is your situation, and let's get into the blocks to your situation. Avenger. It says, desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. Oh my god. What was I saying? You want to find a balance. Oh my god, this is crazy. Romance. I see. Your block is that you're judging yourself too much. You're not letting yourself truly enjoy, because you think that maybe if you indulge too much, you will get back to your old ways, which is fair, which is a fair fear to have and a fair block to have. But it's okay. The intention should always be to find a balance, but it's okay to go a little more left or a little more right sometimes in life. Keep the intention, like, do not leave the intention of finding a balance, And I know what I'm saying is a little hard to do, like keeping that intention and also being okay with going a little left or a little more right. But yeah, I think I want to say go with the flow, but go with the flow in a way that feels aligned to you. Like, do not betray yourself. Like, do not make yourself, do not be too hard on yourself, but also do not betray yourself. Like, if you think that you want to do something, just go for it, just do it. Maybe when you do it, you don't like it and you won't do it the next time. You don't feel good about yourself after doing it, you won't do it the next time. Or maybe you do it 5 times more and then you realize that this doesn't make me feel good and you won't do it then. So just keep that intention that you want to find a balance, and you will find your path. You're also the first time living this life. You haven't figured it all out. You're not meant to. So yeah, just keep that intention and keep living your life, dude. Now let's see what the practical solution to this is, although I've spoken a bit about the solution already. Okay, so we have Two of Cups, Ace of Swords, oh, Golden Valleys, the Judgment, mistakes. Oh my god, I love how accurate tarot is sometimes. Allow me to know it's okay to make mistakes. Let me always take care of the inner child so he or she feels loved no matter what. God, amazing. And here we have Yarrow, Harmony. And just place it properly. Yes. I think the message will sound repetitive now, but yeah, I think you have to allow yourself to make mistakes. It is okay to go a little too left or a little too right sometimes. It is okay to fall, get back up, experiment with life. Put yourself out there, take that opportunity. Maybe when you go a little too left, you find that opportunity that you wouldn't generally have if you would have maintained a balance. And that is why the practical solution for you is to keep the intention for a balance, but allow yourself to do what really feels right to you. You don't have to do what everyone thinks is right. You have to do what feels right to you. And I know in this social media world where there is an answer for everything, and then you can ask ChatGPT also. Give yourself time. Give yourself some alone time, or engage in some spiritual practices, which like we already discussed, you do that, but continue doing that, and that will help you sharpen your intuition and be true to yourself and make, I wouldn't say right or wrong, because there's nothing right and wrong, but it will help you take the decision that is right for you in the moment, or is aligned with you and your higher purpose and your higher calling and your future self. So yeah, just harness your intuition, work towards it, continue engaging in spiritual activities, and allow yourself the grace to make mistakes and be human, because we're not perfect like people tell you or show you on an Instagram, or how AI tells you Yeah, you're human. Be human. Thank you, Pile 3. That was your reading. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like this video, drop a comment, and thank you for being here.